We tend to think of cancer as a modern curse. We blame our processed diets, industrial pollution, the blue light from our phones, and our mostly sedentary lives. And don't get me wrong, those things absolutely move the needle. But if you think cancer is a byproduct of modern civilization, you're missing the deepest part of the story. It turns out, cancer has been waiting in the shadows since the very beginning.
In 2016, researchers inside a South African cave uncovered a tiny fragment of history, a 1.7 million-year-old foot bone belonging to an early human ancestor. When scientists looked closer, they didn't just find ancient bone. They found a fossilized nightmare. The bone showed clear, unmistakable signs of osteosarcoma, an aggressive, malignant bone cancer. Think about that. This wasn't an injury from a fall or a scar from a predator. A tumor was actively growing inside a creature that walked this earth before our species, Homo sapiens, even existed. Before we had language, before we harnessed fire, we had cancer.
If it's that old, why don't we find it everywhere in the fossil record? It comes down to what scientists call preservation bias. Cancer is primarily a disease of soft tissue, organs, blood, skin, and soft tissue vanishes over millennia. Only bone survives the test of deep time. But when soft tissue does manage to get preserved, the truth comes out. Advanced CT scans on thousands of years old Egyptian mummies have revealed internal tumors that ancient doctors could never see. In fact, nearly 4,000 years ago, an Egyptian physician wrote down a description of hard, bulging breast tumors on a papyrus scroll. His brutal, honest conclusion? There is no treatment. Later, around 400 BC, the Greek doctor Hippocrates noticed that the swollen veins radiating from these masses looked like the legs of a crab. He called it carcinos, the Greek word for crab, which the Romans later translated into the Latin word we still use today, cancer.
So why is this disease so ancient? Because cancer isn't an outside invader. It's a glitch in the software of life itself. Every single time your cells divide, they have to copy billions of lines of genetic code. Usually, your body's proofreading system catches and deletes the typos, but occasionally, a mutation slips through. The cell ignores the stop command, starts multiplying out of control, and builds a mass. Because it's a fundamental flaw of multicellular life, cancer isn't even uniquely human. Dinosaurs got it. Ancient fish got it. Even trees get tumors.
Did ancient humans get cancer less often than we do?
Yes, probably. But not because they lived in a pristine, toxin-free paradise. They breathed in toxic smoke from cave fires, suffered from chronic parasitic inflammation, and baked in the unprotected sun. The real reason they had less cancer? They simply didn't live long enough to get it. When your average life expectancy is 30 years old because of infection, famine, or predators, you die long before your cells have the chance to accumulate fatal genetic typos. Cancer is largely a disease of age. Today, modern medicine has successfully saved us from the things that used to kill us young, leaving us alive long enough to meet this older, deeper enemy.
But understanding that cancer is an evolutionary puzzle actually gives us an advantage. By studying how cancer has behaved over millions of years and learning why animals like elephants have evolved extra genes to completely suppress it, we are unlocking new ways to fight back. It is a 2-million-year-old adversary. It has shadowed us from the caves to the cosmos. But for the first time in human history, we finally know exactly what we're looking at, and we have the tools to rewrite the ending.